This video was recorded with our official video camera sunglasses. These amazing video camera sunglasses record hands-free, high-quality videos everywhere you go. Check out the official website to see sample videos and to get 10% off your sunglasses today. Kings Island is a 364-acre amusement park located 24 miles northeast of Cincinnati in Mason, Ohio. Owned and operated by Cedar Fair, the park was built by Taft Broadcasting and opened in 1972. It was part of a larger effort to move and expand Coney Island, a popular resort destination along the banks of the Ohio River that was prone to frequent flooding. After more than $300 million in capital investments over the years, the park has grown to feature over 100 attractions, including 14 roller coasters and a 33-acre water park. Early in its history, Kings Island appeared in popular sitcoms and received widespread recognition for its record-breaking attractions and events. One of the park's most well-known attractions, the Racer, is often credited with reviving worldwide interest in roller coasters during the 1970s. A variety of attractions over the years introduced notable milestones, and the Beast and Banshee are two that have set enduring world records. The largest single investment in park history is Orion, a $30 million Giga coaster that opened in 2020. The park has also experienced a number of setbacks generating negative publicity, including the early demise of the Bat and Son of Beast roller coasters. Kings Island was conceived as early as 1964, when Coney Island, a popular amusement park 10 miles east of downtown Cincinnati on the banks of the Ohio River, suffered from a major flood that submerged the area in over 14 feet of water. Although occasional flooding was common at the successful park, the flood in 1964 was the fourth highest on record and caused considerable damage. Faced with already limited space for expansion and parking, the event triggered discussions within the organization about relocating the park. Leading the way was Gary Wax, son of Coney Island President Ralph Wax, who with friends and family owned a majority of stock. He decided it was time to relocate the park to stay competitive. After years of research and traveling abroad, he presented ideas for a new theme park to the company's board of directors. Some board members opposed relocating, including significant stockholder Charles Sawyer. It wasn't taken seriously until 1968 when actor Fess Parker announced plans to build a theme park in northern Kentucky, well within Coney Island's primary market that extended as far south as Louisville. The announcement highlighted the need for change and gave Wax's proposal credibility within the organization. In 1986, Mark Beckman of Youngstown, Ohio, died after breaking his neck by diving from a 13-foot-high platform into the 2-foot-deep International Street fountain located on the left behind the stage. In 1983, 17-year-old John Harder of Delaware, Ohio, made his way up to the 50-foot platform of the Eiffel Tower and then proceeded to climb a 5.5-foot fence onto the interior emergency stairwell. Investigators believe he climbed up a bit, then climbed onto a beam near the elevator shaft. While standing there, however, he was hit by the counterweight instead, lost his balance, and plunged 50 feet onto the top of the rising elevator. The impact killed him instantly. He was not decapitated during the fall. The Warren County coroner was quoted as saying in the Columbus Dispatch as saying that the cause of death was skull fractures and several broken bones. On the right, located in the open grass field, was where the Saltwater Circus Dolphin Show once was. Diamondback is a steel roller coaster located at Kings Island in Mason, Ohio. Manufactured by Bolliger and Mabillard, the ride opened in 2009 as the first hypercoaster to feature a splashdown effect and the first Bolliger and Mabillard roller coaster at Kings Island. It is located in Rivertown, just behind International Street and the Eiffel Tower. Diamondback was the biggest investment in Kings Island's history at the time, costing $22 million to build. But that figure was surpassed in 2014 by Banshee. The coaster features a 230-foot lift hill with a 215-foot drop and a maximum speed of 80 miles per hour. It is similar to Behemoth at Canada's Wonderland in statistics, layout, and seating. The Beast is a wooden roller coaster located at Kings Island Amusement Park in Mason, Ohio. Designed and manufactured in-house for approximately $3 million, the ride opened in 1979 as the tallest, fastest, and longest wooden roller coaster in the world. Decades later, it is still the longest, spanning 7,361 feet across 35 acres of hilly terrain. 2 lift hills contribute to the ride's duration of more than 4 minutes, which also ranks as one of the longest among roller coasters. A refurbishment in 2022 increased the angle of the first drop and lengthened the ride by 2 feet. The Beast was designed over the course of 2 years without assistance from scientific calculators and computers. Lead engineers Al Collins and Jeff Gramke consulted with well-known coaster architect John Allen, who shared design formulas and strategies to assist during development. Issues discovered during early testing delayed plans to build an enclosure over the Helix finale until 1980. Ruth Voss, the park's public relations manager who would often overhear construction crews calling it a beast of a project, is credited with coming up with the ride's name in early 1979. Whitewater Canyon is a river rapids ride in the Cedar Fair parks of Canada's Wonderland, Kings Dominion, and Kings Island. The attraction features 6-seat raft-styled boats. It is the one of the 3 rides at Canada's Wonderland manufactured by Intamin.
Yeah, I don't want to go there. I want to get it down there. Hold on, my horse. That was so easy.
Mystic Timbers is a wooden roller coaster located at Kings Island in Mason, Ohio. Constructed by Great Coasters International and designed by Skyline Design, the roller coaster opened in the Rivertown section of the park in 2017. The ride's fictional theme is set to the site of an abandoned logging company where unexplained events are taking place. During its marketing campaign, the finale element in an enclosed shed was not revealed to the public until opening day. Mystic Timbers was voted Best New Ride of 2017 in the annual Golden Ticket Awards publication by Amusement Today. Its opening also allowed Kings Island to reclaim the title of having the most wooden roller coaster track of any amusement park in the world with 18,804 feet. Construction of Diamondback began in 2007 with the removal of a tree. Swan Lake was drained and filled with concrete before opening day in 2008. This would become the location of Diamondback's splashdown element. Diamondback was announced in 2008 as the largest investment in Kings Island history. The ride was topped off with the 230-foot lift hill on October 30th. The last piece of track was installed in 2009. Testing began the following month. Diamondback officially opened in 2009. Diamondback reached a milestone of 1 million riders in July 2009 and another milestone of 10 million riders in 2014. Mystic Timbers was designed and built by Great Coasters International, a Pennsylvania-based company that specializes in the construction and restoration of wooden roller coasters. The 109-foot-tall Mystic Timbers is 3,265 feet in length and reaches a maximum speed of 53 miles per hour. It features a 98-foot-long drop and 16 airtime hills. Its 3 trains each carry 24 passengers, resulting in a total capacity of approximately 1,200 riders per hour. The roller coaster's track layout utilizes the terrain and interacts with both the Kings Island and Miami Valley Railroad and Whitewater Canyon attractions during its roughly 2-minute ride cycle. After the Diamondback train leaves the station, it begins its ascent up the 230-foot chain lift hill. Once reaching the top of the hill, the coaster drops 215 feet at 74 degrees over the Rivertown Midway, reaching speeds up to 80 miles per hour. It then curves to the right up a 193-foot hill, past Mystic Timbers' first drop, and then dives into the ravine, curving again to the left. The ride then ascends a 131-foot camelback hill and drops, curving left into the Hammerhead turn. After dropping out of the Hammerhead, the train travels up a 129-foot hill. After the fourth hill, the train turns down into a 287-degree counterclockwise helix, containing the on-ride photo camera, and into the mid-course brake run. After the short brake run, the train drops down into the ravine, raising into a pair of bunny hop hills before entering the final clockwise helix of 323 degree. After the final helix, the train passes over the river town Midway a second time and drops into the splashdown finale, slowing the train down before going up another hill into the final brake run. After braking, the train takes a left U-turn and heads back into the station. One cycle of the ride lasts about 3 minutes. Backlot Stunt Coaster is a launched roller coaster located at 3 Cedar Fair amusement parks. The first 2 installations opened at Kings Island and Canada's Wonderland in 2005 under the name Italian Job Stunt Track, while the third opened at Kings Dominion in 2006 as Italian Job Turbo Coaster. All 3 were themed to the climactic chase scene at the end of the 2003 film The Italian Job. Special effects were incorporated throughout the ride to reproduce the scene, although some of the effects were removed in later years. The Italian Job theme was also dropped in 2008, following Cedar Fair's acquisition of the amusement parks from Paramount. Kings Mills Antique Autos, which opened in 2019, is an antique car attraction reminiscent of the former Les Taxis ride. Includes a covered bridge, a pond, a faux gas station, and several billboards that reference past Kings Island attractions. This is also the same location where Candy Taylor from Toledo, Ohio, dropped out of a gondola on the Flight Commander ride and fell 60 feet to her death. On the right was where the Vortex was located. Constructed at a cost of $4 million on the former location of the Bat, Vortex was a steel roller coaster that opened in the park's Coney Mall area in 1987 as the world's tallest roller coaster at 148 feet. It also held the record for most inversions, featuring 6. Both records were superseded the following year by Shockwave, which opened at Six Flags Great America. After 33 seasons, the ride permanently closed during the 2019 season. Windseeker is a 301-foot-tall swing ride at several Cedar Fair parks. The rides are Windseeker models manufactured by Mondial. They opened for the 2011 season at Canada's Wonderland in Ontario, Cedar Point and Kings Island in Ohio, and Knott's Berry Farm in California. Carowinds in North Carolina and Kings Dominion in Virginia opened their Windseekers in 2012. The first 4 each cost $5 million, while the remaining 2 each cost $6 million. Cedar Fair relocated the Knott's Berry Farm Windseeker to Worlds of Fun in 2014, where it reopened as Steelhawk.
And that's it.
Baby right.
Flight of Fear is the name of 2 identical enclosed roller coasters located at Kings Island and Kings Dominion amusement parks. Built and designed by Premier Rides, they were the world's first launched roller coasters to feature linear induction motor technology. Both locations opened as The Outer Limits, Flight of Fear in 1996, originally themed after the Outer Limits TV series that began airing in 1995 as a revival of the original 1960s series. Paramount's licensing rights to the TV show eventually expired without renewal, and all references to the Outer Limits were removed from the ride and its name in 2001. Orion is a steel roller coaster located at Kings Island Amusement Park. Manufactured by Bolliger and Mabillard, Orion became the 7th Giga coaster in the world when it opened to the public in 2020. It is the largest investment in Kings Island's history, costing an estimated $30 million. The coaster stands 287 feet, features a 300-foot drop, and reaches a maximum speed of 91 miles per hour. It is situated in the Area 72 section of the park on a site formerly occupied by Firehawk. This is where Firehawk used to be located. A Vekoma Flying Dutchman coaster. Originally known as X-Flight at Goga Lake, the ride was relocated to Kings Island in efforts to downsize Goga Lake. The ride reopened at Kings Island the following year under the new name Firehawk. In 2018, Kings Island announced that they would remove the ride from the park following the 2018 season due to increased downtime, and the manufacturer, Vekoma, had stopped supporting the model, causing parts for the ride to become scarce. In August 2019, Kings Island announced that Firehawk would be replaced by Orion in 2020. King's Dominion began teasing a new attraction in the summer of 1995 by cutting a cropped circle in a nearby field which featured a UFO, the face of an alien, and the letter F written in binary. In mid-August 1995, Kings Island officially announced more details, revealing that their new for 1,996 attraction would be an indoor roller coaster named the Outer Limits, Flight of Fear. Reaching a top speed of 54 miles per hour in only 4 seconds, it was originally described as utilizing a laser-controlled catapult system that would propel riders through a series of inversions in the dark. The experience would be heightened by Hollywood-type special effects, according to Carolyn Booth, who was the park's manager of marketing communications. The Monster opened in 1972 and is an amusement ride manufactured by Irely Aircraft Company. The ride spins while moving up and down at a slow pace. Each car spins while giant arms move up and down in a circular motion. Riders may experience the feeling of weightlessness when going in the air and coming back down to ground level. The Racer is a wooden racing roller coaster located at Kings Island Amusement Park in Mason, Ohio. It was designed by John Allen, well known for his contributions to roller coasters during the mid-20th century, and debuted at the park's grand opening in 1972. It was thrust into the national spotlight after being featured in an episode of the popular TV sitcom The Brady Bunch in 1973. And is often recognized for playing a vital role in the roller coaster renaissance of the 1970s. The Racer inspired similar designs in other roller coasters, such as Racer 75 at King's Dominion and the now-defunct Thunder Road at Carowinds. The Racer is also one of the few original Kings Island attractions still in operation today. Adventure Express is a mine train roller coaster located in the Adventureport section at Kings Island Amusement Park in Mason, Ohio. Manufactured by Aerodynamics, the roller coaster opened to the public in 1991. A portion of the ride's design drew inspiration from the Indiana Jones franchise. Similar to other mine trains, the Adventure Express uses a lap bar restraint and does not feature any inversions. In 1991, 3 people were killed, and a 4th person was hospitalized in a bizarre sequence that involved 2 separate incidents a little more than an hour apart. Timothy Binning of Marymount was crossing a wooden walkway near Beer Garden Lake when he reached over to splash some water and was jolted by a shock and fell in. His friend, William Haithcote Jr. of Oakley, and park security guard Darrell Robertson of Hamilton both jumped into the water to save him, and both were fatally electrocuted. Only Binning survived, hospitalized with burns on his arm and neck. Investigations by electrical experts and the Occupational Safety and Health Administration determined that the men had been shocked by a surge in an aerator pump that did not have a functioning ground fault circuit interrupter. Kings Island was fined $23,500 for 7 safety violations. That same night, Candy Taylor from Toledo dropped out of a gondola on the Flight Commander ride and fell 60 feet to her death. The ride, which opened in 1990, had 22-person pods that circled a central tower. Riders could use a joystick to make the capsules go up or down or roll 360 degrees. Taylor, who was drunk, according to the coroner's report, had slipped through the ride's restraints into the empty seat, which did not have restraints in place. When the pod was upside down, she fell out. Officials blamed a design flaw. Kings Island modified the restraints and seat dividers, and Flight Commander resumed operation a year later until the ride was closed in 1995 and dismantled. Delirium is the name of 3 Frisbee rides located at 3 Cedar Fair parks: California's Great America, Kings Island, and Kings Dominion. The installation at Kings Island was designed by Huss Park Attractions and opened in 2003 as the largest Frisbee ride of its kind in the world. The record-setting ride is able to swing 50 passengers up to 76 miles per hour, reaching a height of 137 feet. Banshee is an inverted roller coaster located at Kings Island Amusement Park in Mason, Ohio. Designed and manufactured by Swiss company Bolliger & Mabillard, the roller coaster opened in 2014. Banshee cost $24 million to build, making it the most expensive project in Kings Island's history at the time. With 4,124 feet of track, Banshee was the longest inverted roller coaster in the world when it opened. The ride includes 7 inversions and travels at up to 68 miles per hour. Banshee operates with 3 trains, each with 8 cars, giving it an hourly capacity of 1,650 riders. In 1976, John McCann, a ranger at Kings Island's Lion Country Safari, located where Banshee is now, had gotten out of his vehicle to use the bathroom and was mauled to death by lions. Son of Beast was the first wooden roller coaster with a vertical loop, and at the time, the only wooden hypercoaster. In response to 27 injuries that occurred in 2006, Cedar Fair installed lighter trains acquired from the Hurricane, Category 5 roller coaster at the former Myrtle Beach Pavilion, and removed the loop in order for the new trains to complete the circuit. It reopened in 2007, but closed indefinitely in 2009, following another injury report. Park officials confirmed in 2010 that they had no plans to reopen the ride. It was removed from Kings Island's park map and the ride list on the official website in early 2010. After reviewing all options, Kings Island officials announced in 2012 that Son of Beast would be taken down to allow for more park expansion. The lift hill was demolished in 2012. An inverted roller coaster, Banshee, was opened on the former Son of Beast site in 2014, and the station was used for the haunt attraction Wolfpack. Screamin' Demon, also known as the Demon, opened in 1977. First looping roller coaster at Kings Island, and one of the first in the country to run forwards and backwards through a loop. The ride was sold and relocated to Camden Park in West Virginia, where it was renamed to Thunderbolt Express. It last operated there in 1999 and was demolished in November 2004. It was located where Congo Falls is now.
No, I was whittling. Holding on to someone. I was whittling.
Invertigo is the name of an inverted shuttle roller coaster model developed and manufactured by Dutch company Vekoma. 4 roller coasters based on this model were built, with the first installation opening in 1997 as Hangover at Liseberg Amusement Park located in Sweden. 3 of the 4 are still in operation. Invertigo is designed as an inverted variation of their traditional boomerang model, which first appeared in 1984. Invertigo's seat configuration is also a departure from its predecessor, in that riders sit back to back, resulting in all rows facing one another with the exception of the first and last. King Cobra, a prototype stand-up roller coaster, opened in 1984. It was the first stand-up coaster with a loop in the United States. It was removed in 2002 due to Togo going out of business, and finding parts became increasingly difficult. The track and supports were stored on the property until it was scrapped in December 2006. Portions of the ride were sent to King's Dominion to be used as parts for its sister installation, Shockwave. Cargo Loco and Banshee are currently in this location. Kings Island construction began in 1970. Later that year, a public contest was held to name the new park. Kings Island emerged the most popular, as the name was a nod to both the local Kings Mills area as well as the park's predecessor, Coney Island. Most of the rides at Coney Island were relocated, and much of what remained was demolished. The popular Sunlight Pool attraction continued to operate, however, and the park was partially restored years later. Less than 2 years after breaking ground, Kings Island opened its gates to the public in 1972. It was the first of several preview events. The grand opening was held the following month in 1972. At the heart of Kings Island, visitors are greeted by International Street, which lies just beyond the main entrance. As one of the park's original staples when it opened in 1972, International Street was designed by Bruce Bushman, a former Walt Disney Imagineering layout design artist. To save on the cost of construction, the second story of each building was designed on a 3/4 scale, borrowing from a practice used by Disney throughout its theme parks. The area's main attractions include the Royal Fountain, a 600,000-gallon pool capable of shooting 10,000 gallons of water into the air each minute, and the signature Eiffel Tower, a 1/3 scale replica of the original which offers a view of the entire park to its guests. Grand Carousel, a classic carousel built in 1926 and originally located at Coney Island, is another International Street attraction. Also located here is Kings Island Theater, along with a variety of restaurants and souvenir shops. Kings Island has invested more than $300 million in improvements since its grand opening in 1972, including the addition of new rides and attractions. The park originally opened with 60 attractions, which grew to more than 100 by 2017. The number of themed areas has also expanded from the original 5 Coney Island, Happy Land of Hanna-Barbera, International Street, Oktoberfest, and Rivertown, to 8 by 2023, including the latest additions of Area 72 and Adventureport. A water park was added in 1989, and the number of employees required for park operations has grown from 1,300 to approximately 4,000. In 1989, Kings Island tuba player Thomas Cahall of Covington, Kentucky, died after he was struck by lightning while walking through the employee parking lot. See more video samples on our website, all recorded with our video camera sunglasses. Order yours today to get 10% off.